facts on anything that we say now.
There we go.
All right, so we'll sit here and, like we done before, we'll kind of chit chat for a few minutes, let people get their notifications, and come on in and join the show. We've already got a couple of people watching. We'll also do our little 2.5 minute countdown here, so we'll sit here and chit chat for just a minute and then run through that. That gives everybody plenty of time to see it.
Sure.
So explain to me why you're sitting outside in your boat outside of the church.
Yeah, so I am sitting outside in my boat, actually because a good friend of mine is helping me install a new unit and
Uh,
live for Little Red. So we have dove all in and bought a new Garmin 9 and live scope this week. So here we are, trying to get that installed as we speak.
awesome. Well, hey, it's a good day to do it. A little bit windy, but other than that, a good day to do it.
Absolutely. We're in the shade and the breeze feels great.
All right, so we've got a few people, about half a dozen or so, join us. I'm going to start checking my phone, make sure that we're live on both Facebook and we should be on the YouTube channel as well, folks. I would encourage y'all. Again, we're going to sit here and chit chat for just about 30 more seconds. Then we'll run our countdown. So text folks and let them know that they need to come on and watch this and get some information. Here within the next 3 to 4 minutes, we'll actually get started talking about everything. So, all right, let's see here. Let me make sure we're live. And we'll. So we got several things coming up. We've got the Bistineau tournament this weekend, and we got a banquet coming up. Fish fry.
Yeah, absolutely, we do. We're getting ready for our championship banquet next week. And something brand new we're going to talk about tonight is our top six challenge. We've never done that before, so I'm excited to get that news out tonight.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. All right, so we are good and live on Facebook. I'm going to start checking YouTube. Okay, folks, so we got about 7 or 8 people watching right now. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the countdown. For folks, those of you that are watching, just joining in, we're going to have about a 2.5 minute countdown. That gives people plenty of time to see their notifications on their phone, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 2.5 minutes, and we're going to get started with the information. Tag some friends, other team members, send them a text message, hey, we're live, and all that, so they can join in, because if you have any questions, tonight's the time to ask them. We will be back in just a couple of minutes. All right, we made it back, folks. We appreciate everybody watching. We got about a dozen people. Again, y'all make sure and text folks. Again, tag them, share this out on your feeds or in your fishing groups. For the junior league or whatever, so that anybody that's got a question has an opportunity to ask. All right, Mr. Nugent, what are we going to start with? I guess first thing is we're fishing Lake Bistineau, or the kids are anyway.
Yes, this Saturday is our last points tournament. Fortunately, this is the tournament that was supposed to be on Cypress Lake, and we ended up, because it's Memorial Day weekend, we ended up having to change that lake. So we are at Lake Bistineau this Saturday. And so we can go through real quickly. I know, Rex, thank you for all that you do for us media wise. I know you've already posted on Facebook and Group Me the information sheet and all that. But we can maybe just run through that real
Yeah.
quick, just go through the details of, weigh in, where the check in's going to be, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
If we want to start and just give the normal tournament information.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and pull that up. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger here. So, folks, I realize some of y'all are on mobile phones. You might not be able to read it, but this is the same thing that we have posted on the Junior League Facebook page and in GroupMe. Same exact sheet. So, we'll kind of go through it. So, this is the last points tournament. And what's our fish limit and size limit this time?
Yeah, well, it's going to be the same as always. 3 fish limit, 12-inch minimum. There's no slide on Lake Bistineau. Thankful for that. So just 12-inch minimum, 3 fish limit. Coil on your fourth fish. There's of course the normal payout there. Thanks to our mainly Bass Pro and a lot of our payout there.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is going to be a trailering event. So, which means once you come through the boat check, which is going to be at First Baptist Church of Halton, we're going
Right.
to be
So,
there starting at 4:45, and then after you come through boat check, then you're going to be free to go launch at any public launch on Lake Bistineau.
all right, let's pause there for a second. Let me go ahead and pull up the map for
Yeah.
those folks that aren't familiar with First Baptist and Houghton there, and we'll show them. So give me just a second here. Let me switch screens over. Let me do that. Let me hit this button. Okay, so this is a Google map of First Baptist Church of Houghton. We've got the address posted on the sheet and all that, but you can Google it, find it on Google Maps or find it on Apple Maps. It's basically over there. I think it's actually listed on East Washington, but it's right there when you cross the railroad tracks in Houghton. If you're headed south, you would take a left and follow the railroad tracks, and it's down where the road kind of makes that little S curve. All right, so the main thing we want to show folks, though, is let me get this little distance measuring thing here going. Give me a second, because that makes an easy way to track it. So when you come up to the church, you'll see it. It's pretty obvious. And again, you're paralleling the track. So correct me if I'm wrong, Shane. We want them to kind of make the left and swing up back in the parking lot closest to the railroad tracks, correct?
Yes. Well, I mean, when they come in, they're going to be able to either come straight or take that little slight left, and then they're
Okay.
going to backtrack there by. Listen, I'm looking at that. We're going to be in front of the main, right in front of the main sanctuary and gym there, to the right of that red pin.
Okay. So, yeah, so they can come in. All right. So
Yes,
had a little miscommunication, but that's okay. So, yeah, we want them to end up coming in. It's better if you swing up this way. All right.
that's right, right
And,
there.
yeah, right in this area right here where you can barely see the pointer wiggling around right there. But that's the general area that we're going to have the check in. You'll see us, it'll be obvious.
Yeah.
And so you want to make sure that whether you come in up there by the railroad tracks or, and that's the way we prefer that you do it, or if you happen to cut in through the middle, there's plenty of parking lot area there. And you want to make sure and have some things ready, right, Shane?
Yes, absolutely. We want our students in the boat. When you get to there, have the students get into the boat, and that way they can go ahead and put in the running lights. Front and back running lights need to be on and working. 3 life jackets need to be out and visible. Kill switch needs to be visible. And that way things, and they need to know their boat number when they come through. That's going to be our first question. What's your boat number? Have the kill switch available, 3 life jackets available, and running lights on, live well lids open. And so we'll check those in. We want that to run very smoothly. You almost shouldn't even have to really come to much of a stop much. And so we'll have guys there with flashlights checking those things, and we can roll right in, right out, and head to wherever you're going to launch for that morning.
All right, and so let me just also make a little correction here. So I've got the check-in area marked up here. Again, we may be right down in this area. So, but like I said, it'll be kind of obvious.
Yeah, it should be for sure.
All right, and then of course, once you go through the check-in, you can pull over into one of these parking lots. If you want to put your running lights back in the boat while you drive down the road, look, folks, the truth is they'll stay in your boat while you're driving down the highway. But either way, you can put the life jackets back up, get ready, and then head on out either down Camp Zion Road or cut back up through town and then head on south down lake, depending on where you're going to fish.
Correct.
Okay. And I think you may have said it, but we got it up there. Check-in starts at about 4:45 in the morning, so
Yes,
we'll be there to help check in and get everybody going. All right. So let's move on to, let me switch screens here again. First cast is going to be at, what time did we say? 6 a.m.?
6 a.m. first cast.
Okay. So first cast lines in, and you can put in the water, of course, before then, once you get to the water after morning boat check. But make sure you still have your running lights in, because it'll probably, that's should be still before sunrise, so legally you still have to have those running lights in. And just be careful out there, because Bistineau's got plenty of hazards if you had never fished it or whatever. So just make sure that you're safe while you're running.
Absolutely.
All right, so scales open at 1 o'clock and then close at 2 p.m. And it's at the Lake Bistineau State Park. I've got the address here, so if you Google it or Apple Maps, it's 103 State Park Road. There's actually a second state park area that we've had some people in past tournaments turn down, but just look for the state park that's listed at 103 State Park Road.
Correct.
And let me get that screen pulled up here. So let me get rid of this one. Let's see. Not that one. We want that one right there. All right. So I'll let you kind of, I've got the map pulled up here, and this is coming down to the end of the state park where the boat ramp is, folks. If you're not familiar with it, there's not a lot of parking in there. And
That's correct.
It does that little loop, so we got to make sure, because there's probably going to be other people coming in to fish on Saturday, and we can't block the ramp. So I've got the arrows drawn showing that you need to come in, and you need to stop. You'll see the trailer and everything set up for the weigh-in right there where the pavilions are. But move over out of the way. There's enough room you can kind of pull off the side of the road a little bit. Get your weigh bag out, or go get one of the weigh bags. Get the fish in, and go ahead, and what I suggest is go ahead and loop around. If there's a parking place available, okay, but it's generally better if you kind of loop around, back out on the street, and then parallel park along the road.
Correct.
Okay. So give them some more details about the weigh-in procedure. Everybody should be used to it now, but just in case.
Yeah, so just a heads up too, if you have not been out to Lake Bistineau, you need to have a heads up that it is completely socked in at that launch, and they actually have a boom that's blocking from where you normally would leave the launch area to go to the main lake. I've been told, I have not been there. My son was there last week, but that area is not even, you can't even make it out to the main lake. So do not plan on launching at the state park.
Wow.
You want to launch somewhere else after you do morning check-in. However, when you come to the weigh-in that afternoon, this is where we're going to be. That green area is a pavilion, a covered pavilion there. So you're going to come in. I don't think there's going to be a lot of boats there, just simply because the launch is locked in.
Yeah,
so that's going to
true.
be a positive thing for us. So that those parking lot spots down in the parking lot, the launch area, need to be for boat trailers. We would ask that our spectators and our friends and our family do not park in the actual boating parking area, because you can park along the side of the road, or up in that area. Before there's trees, you can pull on the side of the road or whatever. But
Yeah.
leave the parking lot down by the launch where that turnaround is. Let's leave that for at least a few of our boats who are going to be coming in.
Yeah, and there's actually a little side road that goes around to some of the camping spots. I think you can park around there. Just, of course, make sure you don't block any of the campers. But I think there's area there also, depending on how many people, are there and need to park. So, okay, that's interesting about the Salvinia. I did not realize that it was back with a vengeance again on Bistineau.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is.
All right, so let's see what else we have on our list. And look, we got almost 20 people watching, so we're glad to have every one of y'all watching and paying attention and getting the information. Make sure that you share this out. Okay, so that's morning boat check and covering the weigh-in. All the other procedures basically the same as every other tournament. So we've also got something else coming up June the 2nd, right?
Yeah, we do. I forgot one thing, just real
Mm-hmm.
quickly. All the boat captains and anglers, you make sure that we are safe. We're safe. We're safe. If before you crank your motor, make sure that everybody in that boat has a life jacket on. There are stumps all in this lake. The channels aren't really marked that well. It's not like, Caddo Lake that has boat roads that are all marked. So be careful where you're running your boat. We don't want anybody tearing up things, but the most important thing is we want everybody to stay safe. So don't forget, life jackets are on, fastened, buttoned before the motor is cranked and in gear.
Yeah, and have the anglers in the indicated seating positions in the boat.
Yes, make sure their feet are on the floor, sitting where they're supposed to be sitting, not on the front deck or the back deck.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Rex, let's move on to June 2nd. That is the following Thursday. It's not much of a turnaround, but what we're going to have is our top 34 banquet for the championship. This banquet's going to only be for the top 34 teams after Bistineau. After this Saturday, the top 34 teams in points will be qualified then to fish our championship later on in June, which is going to be June the 18th, I believe. But we're going to have a nice banquet. It's going to be a fish fry, and the league is going to pay for the boat. One boat captain and both anglers are going to be covered from the league money. Is going to provide that. Family and friends, we're going to ask that you purchase a ticket for your meal at $12 per person. That's what it's costing us. And so we're going to have fish, fries, hush puppies, all the works. We've got a great friend of ours from our league going to be catering this event for us, and we're looking forward to a great time. It's happening at one of our sponsors, Bayou Outdoors Powersports. We're very thankful for them opening their doors for us. Also, I understand they're going to have the bait shop open that evening just for our anglers and their families. May give us a little discount. Hadn't heard for sure about that, but there's a chance that they may offer some kind of discount to our anglers that evening. But parents, if you want to come, I'd love for you to buy some baits at their bait shop. They'll have their workers staying after hours for us, and we're going to honor and recognize, some very special teams that night. Big Bass of the Year, our top 3 teams are going to be honored, and just recognizing all of our sponsors. Hopefully, we're going to have some of our main sponsors at this event. We've invited them, and it's just going to be a fun time to have a meal together, talk about the championship, and just recognize and honor our top 34 teams.
Yeah, and I think how many teams do we have that qualified for the Nationals? Was it 7 maybe? Something like that?
We have 7 teams that from our league that qualified for the JWC, the Junior World Championship, which will be the last week of July, and we will recognize and honor all 7 of those teams as well at this event.
Okay, great. And I'll make sure and post this on Facebook after we get through with the live so that everybody will have a reminder of that as well and also on the details. All right, so that takes care of the fish fry. Well, it's already making me hungry this evening.
Hey, I know you had that on that flyer, and I know you're posting that. But coaches, if you're listening, and parents, I'm going to ask each coach. They're going to need to turn in a head count from their team to me on Monday by noon or so on Monday, so that I can make sure we have that information to our catering group, so they can make sure they have plenty of food ordered.
Yep, good deal. And I'll make sure and post that in the Facebook post too. So,
okay. Thank you so much.
All right, and then we've got one other item that we wanted to talk about this evening, and that is what we're calling, is it the Top 6 Challenge? Is that what we're calling it?
The top six angler challenge.
Top six angler challenge. Okay, so explain what the top six angler challenge is for everybody.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about this. This will be our first year to do this new event. So what it's going to be after Saturday, the points are done, and we're going to have the top six angler challenge, which is actually the top three teams. They're gonna actually qualify to fish a separate event. And what is going to be cool about this is we are partnering with LSUS fishing team, and we're going to be actually drawing for partners at the banquet next Thursday. They're going to be drawn with and partnered up with the top six college anglers from the LSUS. We're going to do a challenge with. They're going to be paired up with one junior student paired up with a college student in a college boat, with an LSUS boat. And they're going to go fish on Saturday, June 4th, which is a week from this coming Saturday. And I'm not going to spoil and give all the details. We're going to give more details at the banquet. But if you finish in the top three teams, which is the top six anglers, you're going to qualify to fish a separate event partnered with an LSUS college student. And it's going to be a lot of fun, winning more prizes and winning more scholarships. And it's going to be a great event. I'm not going to spoil it, tell us where it's going to be or the format, but we will announce that on June 2nd at the banquet.
Almost the mystery event that they used to do with the Bassmaster Classic, kind of a mystery lake.
Yes, we're gonna draw for partners at the banquet on the 2nd next Thursday, and also share the lake and the format. But I will say this so that the parents know: there's going to be a college student in each boat. There's going to be a junior angler in each boat, and then we're going to ask that there be one parent, one dad, preferably the boat captain or whoever that's going to be. There's going to be one other adult in the boat to have three people in the boat at all times.
Okay, excellent. Well, that sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a little bit of a different event for the anglers, and it should be pretty exciting because, well, I tell you what, some of those, I say kids, some of those young men and I guess maybe young ladies, anyway, on the LSU S fishing team, they're pretty good, pretty stout.
Yes, absolutely, for sure.
All right. Okay, so folks, we appreciate everybody that's watching so far. If you got any questions, now would be the time to ask them. Of course, we're going to leave this video up on Facebook, so you can go back if you weren't able to log in and watch the replay at any point in time. We've also got it on the YouTube channel. It'll also show up on the website as well. So hopefully we've got everybody covered that we need to. Anything else you can think of that we need to talk about, Shane?
I don't think so. We're just looking forward to this weekend. Thank you, everybody, for their understanding of having to move the lake and all of those details. If anybody's available Saturday morning and you want to come help with boat check, we welcome you. Also, if anybody wants to come and help with the weigh-in, we'd love to have you come. We'll be glad to put you to work. Rex and I'll put you to work setting up, tables and chairs and scales and banners and all that has to happen, tanks and everything else that has to happen. So we'll, if you want to help us, maybe show up, I don't know, 10 o'clock or so, that morning at the state park. We'll be glad to welcome you to help the setup process.
Yeah, so, yep, that answers the question. All the help we can get, we will definitely take. Not a problem.
Absolutely.
All right. Any other questions, folks? You got about 30 seconds or so as we kind of wind this down. Shane, I appreciate you taking the time out of getting your new graph installed to join me on the live and make sure we get the information out, because I know you're excited about getting that upgrade that you're doing there. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're very excited. Thank you, Rex, for everything you do for our league, all the media, and taking your time to do this video every time. And just you do a lot of stuff for us, and we can't thank you enough, Rex.
Hey, it's all about helping the kids out, having fun, and it's all worth it. So not a problem. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. If y'all got any questions, go ahead and comment. Even if you're watching the replay, we do get notifications for those comments, and we'll try to address them. And Shane, I guess I will see you Saturday morning first thing.
Sounds great, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, y'all have a good evening.